Okay, thank you. I think we're going to have to leave it there. Our time is up. I feel we could keep going, and I want to thank you all for your inputs. I think we covered a fair amount of ground, and I don't think I'm going to attempt a comprehensive summary. The message just now at the end that more of the same is not going to cut it, I think is very clear. There is a need for something different. And at least you on the panel here today suggest that mortgage portfolio standards is one example of that something different, which could make could bring about the kind of transformational change we need to see if we are to get on track to Paris. I thought, Murray, yeah, you pointed out energy efficiency investments have actually been going down, so there is a very real problem. And Sonja, you said the real, when it comes to real impact on the balance sheet and on the ground, it is buildings that are key. So rather than more flashy things, we had various examples. I mean, which can make a difference, moving out of coal and gas. Buying a Tesla as opposed to doing a deep renovation, I think was a nice example too. Energy efficiency isn't flashy, but it can make a real difference on the ground. And I guess clearly we're not going to get to net zero without it. For banks, Emilia, what you start off by saying, I mean, banks are expected to commit to net zero. Mortgages will be part of that. I take note too that mortgage portfolio standards are not the solution to 100% of mortgage portfolios and banks, as I think also became clear at the end. They are one potentially useful innovation. The idea of an EU renovation loan would sit alongside that as another potential useful innovation. I think, yeah, I come back to the last question. I mean, Paula's question over how this links to minimum emission performance standards. I think, yeah, your answer, Peter, was clear on that. The two need to be thought of together, and I think from what I understood from Paula, for the Commission, that's their starting point. So if this is going to be part of their plans going forward, it has to fit into a logic of supporting those standards and enabling them to be met. Encouraging that, so the concept is innovative, but it's not entirely untested. We heard from Sandra, I mean, it exists at ING. We saw in Peter's presentation, ABN AMRO is also implementing an MPS. The UK, you said, Peter, is also thinking of introducing an MPS. So it's not an entirely untested idea that has never been considered by anyone before, which I think is encouraging. And finally, I think we had recommendations from everyone on what to watch out for, what, in Sandra's case, also prerequisites you would like to see before an MPS was made binding, for example, on banks. And I think always an emphasis on the one hand on just the granularity, and yeah, hearing from you, Sandra, how the MPS works and just the level of information you need. Ideally, you need a carbon footprint per house. You need a lot of data for that. You need engagement with homeowners to ultimately make this happen. And then higher up, mortgages are one part of what banks do, and the engagement of stakeholders all the way from the actual building owner up through to the investors who own the banks in turn is probably going to be essential for this tool to make it and to make the difference it could make. I think, yeah, those are some of the thoughts I take away from today. Peter, do you want to leave us with some ideas or next steps on your side?
Actually, Sonja, I wanted to thank you because this has been a fantastic session. You've done a great job as moderator, and thank you for raising those important questions. Thank you to all of the panelists, Murray, Emilia, Sandra, Kieran. Thank you, Paula. I know we couldn't see you, but you've been there throughout, and I appreciate all of your engaging with this idea. We've recorded this. We're going to make the recording of this webinar available. We will continue our efforts to bring this idea into the COP, actually into COP26, where hopefully we can land it in a few of those conversations that I mentioned earlier on. And I welcome everybody to engage, online and through the standard social media feeds and directly with us through email and everything else, because I think this is the beginning of a conversation that has got legs, and I very much look forward to continuing to have it with you all and others. So thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone, for your time. See you soon. Let's keep talking.
Pleasure. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye.